Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. XRP and on-demand liquidity just expanded. While most cryptocurrencies on the planet are little more than science experiments, XRP is functionally being used in enterprise-grade software. And so this is a pleasure to report. Look, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get into XRP in the first place. I recognize that from a technological perspective, XRP is a superior platform, fantastic for payments, and I recognize that it was actually in a place where it was about to be used in a meaningful way, actual utility, because from the beginning, my investment thesis, where it started, was utility matters and will win the day. And I recognize today in 2021 it doesn't sufficiently matter, but that's just because this asset class is in its nascency. But as it matures, that's going to change. Of course, money will not continue to endlessly flow into projects that don't do anything. It's just a hard time figuring out which cryptocurrencies deserve to have long-term viability and will have long-term viability. But damn, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Like XRP actually being adopted here, and in a very meaningful way. And so as I was reading this, I'm going to share with you the specifics of this, but a Ripple partner, they're just expanding the usage of XRP and on-demand liquidity. Despite the lawsuit nonsense that's going on, just wait for that to get all settled up or fully adjudicated in favor of Ripple. The reason that I felt... One of the reasons that I feel safe investing in XRP is because, look, I acknowledge I don't know when the market's going to actually care about utility. I don't know how quickly that transition is going to occur. And when it does, I mean, understand that it could be the case that most of the cryptocurrencies on the planet, the liquidity dries up permanently. It never comes back. A lot of people were calling for that during this past market cycle, frankly, and that didn't happen. It's because humans just still haven't figured out which cryptocurrencies deserve to be here. That's why the market it just moves in tandem. XRP is not moving based on its own merits. Although when it is judged on its own merits, I think it's going to do just fine. But that's why I feel so confident holding XRP, is because even in a world, even it happens like snap of a finger, the world decides, okay, utility matters. Okay, so fine. During a freak out, of a bubble pop, a down, okay, fine. XRP price will plummet along with everything else. But then out of the ashes, what's going to survive? See, do you see what I'm saying? This is why I feel comfortable holding XRP, because even in a disastrous scenario like that, I'm still just going to hold my XRP. And then those cryptocurrencies that solve real problems for real people, of course, they're still going to be there. That's the reason money will flow into them. And then they're just going to rise. And so can you imagine, like, if XRP continues to be increasingly useful in real-world instances, and this is just one example that I'll be highlighting in this video, like the amount that XRP could be worth in the future, it's just unfathomable. It really is. There's going to be way less competition in terms of other cryptocurrencies. They're mostly going to go extinct. And then where's money going to flow? And so that's why I'm sitting here thinking, like, yeah, we're talking about XRP, maybe this market cycle, who knows? I don't know how it's going to go in terms of price action. Lots of analysts I follow think it'll be $10, maybe $20, maybe $30. And that'll be amazing if that happens. And that doesn't seem like, those don't seem like wacky price predictions. But if you're talking about like fast forwarding another 5 or 10 years, and if utility has sufficiently taken hold over such a time frame, I can only imagine what it's going to be worth, because money will be flowing into those projects that are perceived to solve a problem. Because think about it, if you're jumping into the crypto asset class and you want to diversify, where are you going to put your money? Into something that isn't proven to work yet, or in something that businesses need it in order to exist? And so that's a big part of the reason I sleep so damn easily here. And look, I'm not offering financial advice, so to be clear, don't buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I don't have a financial background of any kind. I just like talking about this stuff. But I came across this tweet from Novati, which is an official Ripple partner. And I've talked about them before. In fact, there was this Ripple Insights piece dating back to April this year, April 14th, 2021. And Ripple's talking about their partnership with Novati. And they had this was titled, Novati Taps On-Demand Liquidity to Improve Australian Remittance Payments to Southeast Asia. And they noted that they actually technically inked the deal in December of last year. It was a little bit before the lawsuit came down with the SEC. But as you can see, like this hasn't slowed down their relationship with Ripple. It's speeding up. So take a look at here's the official announcement, September 24th, 2021 from Novati. Novati Ripple partnership expands into Thailand. And so as I'm going through this, just ask yourself if you have a similar investment thesis that I have, which is that utility matters and will win the day. Ask where you think the money's going to go. A leading fintech that enables businesses to pay and be paid is pleased to report that its partnership with Ripple, a leading provider of enterprise blockchain and crypto solutions for cross-border payments, has now expanded to Thailand and is generating revenue. Ripple's global financial network technology, RippleNet, provides its partners with the ability to process cross-border payments instantly, as well as providing access to emerging high-growth capabilities such as blockchain and the digital asset XRP, a top 10 global cryptocurrency valued at more than $40 billion. Now, Novati and Ripple's partnership began in December 2020 with an initial focus on targeting cross-border transactions between Australia and the Southeast Asia region. And in April this year, Novati tapped into RippleNet's on-demand liquidity service for remittances between Australia and the Philippines, leveraging XRP for instant cross-border payments. And so think about this. And I've said this many times. If a cryptocurrency has just one use case, so it means that it's solving real problems for real people by just doing one thing really well, it deserves to be here, and it will be here in perpetuity. It'll be traded on open markets. The asset that makes whatever that is possible, of course it's going to be here. We already have that with even just with this one use case with Ripple. Now, obviously, there are other use cases. There's Coil, and there's all sorts of other developers building on top of the platform. Obviously, even traders and speculators use it to easily move money around the world of crypto. Of course, there's all sorts of different reasons that people use it. People get paid in XRP. Lots of stuff, and I recognize it, but I'm just saying this is the most well-known use case at this point in time. And so that's why I'm sitting here looking at this, and I'm just sitting here thinking, how could XRP go away? You know, again, it's one of the reasons that I sleep easy, not knowing how the highly volatile crypto asset class is going to unfold. Not for sure. I have an idea of how things might in some parts of the development of maturation of the asset class. I have a feeling for us some of this is going to look. I've been talking about it for years on this channel. But I don't know for sure exactly when utility is going to sufficiently matter here. But my gosh, is everyone else as blown away by this stuff as I am? Because like this is functionally changing the way that money moves around the planet, and it's saving some of the poorest people on the planet actual money. Like that's what this is going to do. It'll drive down costs because you don't need all of these middlemen through this chain of bilateral banking relationships. Like you can eliminate all of this stuff. It's truly amazing. And so anyway, they also right here, with this expansion to Thailand, Novati has partnered with the first Thai bank, Siam Commercial Bank, SCB, through RippleNet. This is expected to result in thousands of transactions a month being processed by Novati through RippleNet. Revenue from this partnership is dependent on take-up of the services. And so look, they're partnered with Ripple because this is making their business better. And at some point, you will see partnerships increase exponentially. But a couple things have, to happen. First, you need better, more sufficient regulatory clarity throughout the world, and on top of that, XRP needs to be more liquid, and that's not going to happen on its own. That's why, like again, for me, like it's a reason. 93 bazillion why it doesn't make sense to be a maximalist. I want there to be a bigger pie, and then Ripple, whatever percentage of that pie they get, fine, but there's more to it then. I just want the bigger pie. Because if that happens, if you're talking about, because of other cryptocurrencies also, like an asset class that grows into the tens of trillions or over 100 trillion, whatever it ends up being years from now, that's going to benefit XRP, because the more liquid and the higher price you have for XRP, the more you can do with it as a bridge currency. You can open up additional corridors, but if there's not a sufficient quantity of people trading it, then you're not going to be seeing as many corridors pop up. So that's part of the reason that you haven't seen this. But once all of that works out, and part of it will just fix itself as the asset class matures and more money comes in, yeah, you'll see more liquidity and you'll see the price go up, I believe anyway. that problem will just fix itself with time. Ripple can only do so much to manage that. It's really not. They can try and manage liquidity. They've offered their line of credit product. That's the best thing they could possibly do, but it doesn't really fix the problem. There's no silver bullet for this. So really just let time pass. Let all this get worked out, and you will see a point where the adoption of this increases exponentially. And as people figure this out, I think you can absolutely see multiple runs on XRP over the years. And market cycles will still be a thing, but I just, the opportunity that we have, this is a once in a species event right here. Like some people say it's a once in a generation thing. I'm like, no. That's bigger than this. It's a once in a species thing. You don't create a new asset class and this type of technology once every generation. Not like this. No. This is a once in a species thing. It really is. And we're here right now, basically at the advent of it. I mean, just about. I mean, it's been around 12 years. So if you're jumping in now, maybe you feel like you're late to the party. I'm like, dude, you are here 12 years after this is created, and it's not going away. As long as the internet exists, this is not going away, my friends. And so to me, this is just incredibly exciting. And that's why it's like, I know it's silly right now. People don't sufficiently care about the utility of this stuff. I know. It's hard for people to figure out. It's hard to know what to spend your limited time of the day actually researching. And maybe start researching something and you don't find something that makes it seem like it's going to be around forever right away. And then you move on to something else. I get it. There's like 12,000 cryptocurrencies on the planet right now. But there really is something to this particular one. So in the meantime, I'm willing to sell the vast majority, if not all of my XRP if I'm if I'm enticed with a sufficient price. But still, I believe that there's going to be a bear market. And as long as XRP continues to be useful, my plan, and I'll talk about it, as things unfold. Once we're in a bear market, which we're not right now, but once we are, I'll be happy to share when I start buying back into XRP. And maybe I won't sell all of it. It depends on how high the price goes, to be honest. But if I'm sufficiently enticed, I will, knowing that it's not up there because of utility. And it doesn't mean that I'm short XRP. It just means that I want to take profit. It doesn't mean that I don't think XRP is no longer viable for the long haul. It just means I got to adjust my own personal risk exposure. But no, I'll buy back in, and I will hold. And if we're right about where this is all going, it's going to be life-changing for so many people. And it already has been, frankly, in the past. But I think it's going to be, again, especially like this market cycle, yes, but even beyond that. So anyway, I just hope that people can sufficiently appreciate this, because it's not every day where I'm sitting here making videos talking about the utility quite in this way. I love it when the opportunities present themselves. But man, I get it. It's like what's happening in the moment. We're in a bull market, all the excitement and euphoria, but this is the stuff that's going to make this long-term viable. And so this is big, because again, even if I, and that's a question mark, like if I sell all my XRP, I'm coming back. Like as long as it continues to be useful, I'm betting on this thing continuing to ride much, much higher, and I'll buy hopefully even much, much more than I own today. That would be something. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.